10 years in the shadows and the ghost of the Dragon Kingdom has finally come home. He stands over the wreckage of his past, his gaze colder than the steel in his hand. They thought he was gone for good, just a stray orphan lost to the wind. But he's returned to find his family drowning in a sea of snakes. His father is dying not from age, but from a poison no one can name. His 4 sisters are being hunted, sold off like prizes in a rigged game. The woman in charge thinks she's untouchable, hiding behind a forged. She mocks his return, but she does not see the needles hidden in his grip. He leans in and suddenly the air in the room just freezes, because against a man who conquered the world of shadows, money means nothing. He is not here to talk, he's here to settle a decade of blood and debt. One flick of his wrist, and the city's most powerful men are hitting the floor. They call for backup, but even the chairmen are bowing before him in terror. He's the puppet master, with the business queen herself waiting for his command. Every arrogant heir who touched his family is about to learn a brutal lesson. It's not just about revenge, it's about reclaiming a throne. They tried to burn, he'll heal the broken, crush the greedy, and tear down the lies. The traps are set, the toxins are spreading, and the clock is ticking. Wait. They actually thought a simple blade could stop him. The storm is finally here, and he's the one holding the lightning. You can support me, leave a like and subscribe, and drop a comment if you are enjoying this. It genuinely helps the channel grow and lets me keep making bigger and better recaps for you. Every bit of support makes a difference. This battlefield lies silent, littered with the defeated remnants of a failed ambush. A lone survivor begs for mercy, terrified by the cold presence standing over him. But the lead remains unmoved, his gaze sharp and devoid of any lingering hesitation. He delivers a final chilling warning about crossing the powerful Dragon Kingdom. The survivor descends into madness, screaming about a ghost while staring at his end, and with a heavy weapon in hand he prepares to finish the job. He pulls the trigger, unleashing a torrent of destruction upon the remaining enemy forces. The night sky erupts in a blinding flash of fire and absolute devastation. Walking through the smoke, he remains calm, his mission finally drawing to a close. A phone call breaks the silence, bringing news of trouble back at his home. He vows to return to Donghai immediately, his eyes burning with a new resolve. High above the city lights, he travels back to face the ghosts of yesterday. At the rendezvous, a familiar face watches the skyline with quiet anticipation. He spots her from afar, waving as he descends from his long journey. She rushes forward to embrace him, nearly knocking the wind out of him. He flushes at the sudden closeness, reminding himself that they share no blood. 10 years of separation vanish in an instant as he finally returns home. Looking back, he recalls the harsh exile that forced him away a decade ago. A mysterious mentor once saw his potential, training him for the most elite unit. Now, having conquered the world of shadows, he stands ready to settle scores. He sits upon a throne surrounded by followers who pledge their absolute unwavering loyalty. He vows to protect his 4 sisters and dismantle the schemes of the poisonous woman. A conspirator confirms the potency of the deadly toxin used to target the old master. Tension spikes as he and his sister confront the woman in a private room. She mocks his return, questioning if he has come back to claim a family inheritance. A sharp grip on his arm signals the start of a heated physical confrontation. She continues her verbal assault, regretting that she did not break his legs years ago. He pushes her aside, refusing to waste time on her petty, spiteful power games. He turns his back on the conflict, focusing entirely on the health of his father. Inside, his father lies in a fragile state, unaware of the danger. He takes his hand, promising that his mastery of medicine will ensure his recovery. Realization hits him. His father is not suffering from illness but from a lethal poison. He retrieves his acupuncture needles, preparing to stabilize his father's critical condition. Energy pulses from his hands as he channels his internal power into the healing process. With a commanding shout, he initiates the technique to purge the toxins from the body. Golden needles glow as they stimulate the acupoints, drawing out the hidden dangerous substances. He contemplates the source of the poison, suspecting the woman is behind this malicious act. Anger flares as he discovers 2 distinct toxins, one being an incredibly rare lethal variety. Outside, his sister reacts with fury, her expression twisting as the confrontation turns physical. They clash in a fierce struggle, the woman launching a powerful, aggressive martial attack. His sister confronts the woman, blaming her for driving him away years ago. She strikes back, declaring that no one will ever cause her brother grief again. The woman plays the victim, mocking the idea of a rebellion against her authority. He steps forward, his presence silencing the room as he commands her silence. His hand reaches out, a subtle gesture that carries a weight of impending retribution. He checks on his sister, who confirms she is teaching their antagonist a lesson. He points his finger, questioning her right to act as their mother. He promises to reclaim everything taken from them during their difficult, bullied childhood years. His eyes burn with intensity as he vows to make her regret her actions. She scoffs at his threats, claiming he is powerless to stop the forced marriage. He is stunned by the revelation that his second sister is being married. A dark aura surrounds him as he declares that no one touches his family. The woman laughs, mocking the family and predicting his father's imminent tragic end. She welcomes the arrival of the young master, eager to finalize the forced union. The woman greets the visitor with a smile, unaware of the storm brewing nearby. His sister watches with growing disgust, recognizing the visitor as a persistent, unwanted nuisance. He observes from the shadows, identifying the man responsible for targeting his sister. He makes a cold, calculated call, setting a plan in motion to intervene immediately. The woman assures the visitor that she will successfully force the marriage into existence. The visitor laughs, already celebrating his victory, while he prepares to strike back. A sharp sound echoes as the visitor arrives, his presence immediately souring the atmosphere. His sister stands her ground, adamantly refusing to marry the man she calls a beast. A man confronts the sister, questioning her authority to speak in such a tense meeting. He reminds her of a failed business project, claiming they saved the family from ruin. His sister glares, realizing they conspired with the visitor to orchestrate her downfall and misery. He enters the room, calmly observing the heated argument while holding a tea set. His sister greets him with relief, noting how much he has matured over the years. The man demands to know why he has not yet served tea to him. He kneels to serve the tea while the visitor mocks his past as an orphan. Suddenly, he splashes the hot tea directly into the visitor's face, shocking everyone present. Chaos erupts as the visitor recoils in pain, his composure shattered by the sudden assault. The man screams in rage, ordering his guards to seize him for this insult. He moves with lightning speed, striking the guards down before they can even react. The visitor is sent flying across the room, his arrogance crushed by the sudden violence. The woman shrieks, threatening to teach him a lesson for harming her precious guest. He remains composed, his movements precise as he continues to dominate the small room. The woman dares him to put down the tea, promising a lethal slap in return. He stares back, his eyes glowing with a dangerous, cold intensity that unnerves them. The visitor reaches for a hidden weapon, his desperation mounting as he plans a strike. He lunges with a blade, but the lead is already prepared to end the threat. He catches the blade with his bare hand, stopping the lethal strike instantly. He grips the weapon firmly, his strength overpowering the desperate attacker in the room. With a swift motion, he drives the blade into the table, pinning the hand. The visitor screams in agony, begging for help while the others watch in shock. His sister expresses concern, noting that his response was perhaps a bit extreme. She warns him to stop, fearing the immense power of the visitor's influential father. A new presence enters the room, casting a long shadow over the entire scene. His sister recognizes the newcomer, realizing with dread that the powerful chairman has arrived. The visitor cries out to his father, pointing at his injured, pinned hand helplessly. The chairman stares at his son, his expression unreadable as he stands tall. Without warning, the chairman slaps his own son, ordering him to leave immediately. He turns to him, bowing deeply to apologize for his son's poor behavior. Onlookers are stunned, unable to believe the powerful chairman is actually offering apologies. The visitor remains on the floor, nursing his injury while his father stands nearby. He offers to help, but the visitor recoils in fear of further pain. He dismisses the visitor with a flick of his hand, forcing him to leave. She watches in horror as her plans crumble, her guest fleeing the scene. The chairman departs with his son, leaving behind a tense and unsettled family home. The lead watches them leave, knowing this is only the beginning of the conflict. His sister thanks him for removing the nuisance, feeling a sense of relief. She insists that the second sister owes the lead a proper, heartfelt thank you. A rival scoffs at the lead, questioning what he could possibly achieve on his own. He boasts that the visitor will return with reinforcements and refuses to help him. A luxury car speeds away, carrying the visitor and his father toward their next move. Inside the vehicle, the father warns his son to avoid causing any more unnecessary trouble. The visitor is shocked to learn that his father was acting under someone else's orders. His father reflects on the immense influence of the business queen, who commands his respect. He realizes that anyone capable of controlling such a powerful figure must be truly formidable. A young man rushes to his mother, frantic and seeking guidance after the recent chaos. He explains that he sought help from a powerful ally to resolve the business dispute. The young man smiles, impressed that the chairman personally arrived to de-escalate the tense situation. His mother notes that the powerful family is likely suppressing the chairman's aggressive business tactics. The lead listens to their chatter, dismissing them as nothing more than foolish idiots. He envisions himself as a puppet master, revealing that the business queen is his subordinate. The chairman's father discusses the lead's sudden return, wondering if he is truly the hidden power. He sternly warns his son never to provoke the lead, recognizing the danger he poses. The father contemplates the lead's true nature, convinced that he is far from simple. A sister embraces the lead, asking if he endured many hardships during his long absence. Another sister watches, teasing them about their close and affectionate physical display. She joins in with enthusiasm, eager to share in the warmth of their family reunion. The sisters playfully tease each other about their intense affection for the lead. She recalls how the other sister was smothering him back at the airport terminal. A nostalgic memory surfaces of the lead as a child seeking comfort in their arms. The lead blushes, embarrassed by their candid talk about his younger days. Shifting the mood, she brings up the serious matter regarding their father's final will. She reveals the document grants almost everything to Wan Jinglin, leaving them with nothing. Shock ripples through the room as they process the unfair distribution of family assets. She suspects the will is a forgery, yet the opposition remains unafraid of scrutiny. The lead contemplates their next move, needing their father to wake and expose the truth. Yet even the eldest sister, a renowned medical expert, cannot determine the cause of his coma. The lead is surprised to learn of the eldest sister's impressive reputation as a doctor. Despite her immense skill, she has already issued a grim notice regarding their father's condition. She encourages the lead to get some rest, offering support from the second sister. The third sister playfully offers to keep him company, teasing him with a warm smile. She winks, clearly enjoying the chance to fluster him with her bold and teasing nature. The lead agrees to rest, though he remains wary of their constant playful boundary pushing. She laughs off the idea, teasing him about his childhood habit of seeking their comfort. He finally settles into the room, accepting their insistence that he needs to sleep. Lying alone, he reflects on how much they have all changed since their younger years. A sudden noise interrupts his thoughts, leaving him alert and wondering who is there. The lead smiles while speaking to Wan Jinglin, seemingly unfazed by the earlier family tension. She confronts him with a cold stare, clearly unhappy about his sudden presence. She demands to know his price for returning, treating his arrival as a business transaction. He remains calm, feigning ignorance while watching her reaction to his unexpected return. She insists on a payout, unaware that he sees through her desperate attempt to remove him. He leans in, mocking her offer by suggesting he wants everything she has. She scoffs at his audacity, attempting to buy him off with a massive sum of money. She turns to leave, dismissing him as a wandering outsider who deserves only her pity. He blocks her path, trapping her against the wall to force a more serious conversation. He notes the scent of others on her, hinting at the complex web of influence surrounding them. She looks startled by his sudden intensity, her composure beginning to crack under the pressure. He taunts her, questioning if she truly believes she can hide her secrets from him. She pushes back, warning him that he is out of his depth in these dangerous waters. He dismisses her threats, telling her to focus on her own fate instead of his. He vows to settle the score for her schemes once he cures their father's condition. A sudden commotion erupts as his sisters rush into the room, interrupting the tense standoff. They find him in his room, catching him off guard as they settle in comfortably. The third sister teases him, recalling his childhood need for affection and constant physical comfort. He stammers, feeling flustered by their bold behavior while trying to get dressed. He tries to maintain his composure, struggling to handle their playful and forward nature. The sisters insist on their childhood bond, urging the lead to get dressed and leave. He complies, standing up to prepare while the others wait just outside the room. But one sister lingers at the door to share one final thought. She beams with a bright smile, openly admiring his appearance before he fully dresses. She continues to dote on him, lamenting the hardships he faced during his long absence. The second sister calls out impatiently, demanding they hurry up and leave. She watches the scene with a critical eye, noting his presence is far from ordinary. They head for the stairs, where the third sister explains the eldest is waiting. A rival confronts them in the living room, mocking the lead's reliance on his sisters. He insults the lead's background, calling him a stray seed with no known family. The third sister bristles at the insult, ready to lash out at the arrogant rival. But the lead moves faster, delivering a swift kick that sends the rival sprawling. He follows up by dousing the rival with water, silencing his insults with cold shock. His gaze turns icy, questioning if the rival's head is finally clear enough to listen. The rival sputters threats, but the lead remains unmoved, unfazed by the empty attacks. He warns the rival to watch his tone, as his arrogance risks everyone involved. A chilling smile spreads across his face, daring the rival to try something else. The rival is left speechless and trembling, clearly shaken by the lead's sudden dominance. They depart for the hospital, where the eldest sister is performing a critical surgery. Arriving at the medical center, the sisters bicker playfully while the lead remains focused. Outside the operating room, the lead waits anxiously while the eldest sister performs the surgery. He questions the long duration of the procedure, fearing the worst for his father's life. The second sister reassures him, claiming the eldest is the best doctor in the entire city. Man approaches them, clearly concerned about their connection to the lead surgeon's work. He explains his wife's complex medical situation, hoping for clarity on the dire circumstances. The lead listens intently, realizing the gravity of the situation is far more than expected. He offers his own medical analysis, surprising his sisters with his hidden knowledge. The man details the severe head trauma and tumor, confirming the surgery was an emergency. The lead identifies the external impact, correctly guessing that a car accident caused the injury. The man confirms his suspicion, leaving everyone stunned by the lead's sharp and accurate deduction. The lead reviews the medical files, noting that the tumor is not the primary threat. His sisters watch him with newfound respect, impressed by his keen insight. The operating room doors finally open, and she emerges after the long surgery. She reports that the critical condition is resolved, though the patient requires careful observation now. He asks to see his mother, immediately desperate to confirm her safety and recovery. They rush down the hall. As the medical team moves the patient to a room, his eldest sister wipes sweat from her brow, clearly exhausted from the grueling 10-hour procedure. She smiles warmly at him, noting how much he has matured during his absence. She pulls him close to check on him, expressing her deep concern for his past. His third sister suddenly leaps into the scene, playfully demanding attention and affection from him. He and his sisters discuss the Zhao family's high-stakes medical emergency in the hallway. They identify the powerful Zhao clan, whose matriarch is currently fighting for her life. He remains skeptical, comparing this elite family to the arrogant rivals he recently faced, while the family members wait anxiously, observing the patient's mysterious and unresponsive condition. He questions the medical team about the patient's strange, unexplained physiological readings. The doctors admit they are baffled, unable to pinpoint the cause of her sudden collapse. He senses a deeper threat, suspecting that traditional medicine is missing a hidden danger. A realization hits him. The symptoms point toward a calculated pharmacological attack on her system. He steps forward, offering his specialized expertise to intervene before the situation turns fatal. He enters the room, his presence immediately drawing the attention of the protective family. The husband demands answers, growing impatient as the medical team struggles to stabilize his wife. His sister introduces him as her brother, vouching for his unique, unconventional medical skills. He prepares his acupuncture needles, warning the family to remain silent and not interfere with precision. He flicks the needles into place, targeting the hidden toxins within her body. The husband erupts in anger, accusing him of experimenting on his wife without permission. He lunges forward, but the lead stands his ground, refusing to break his intense concentration. The lead grabs the man by the collar, his eyes glowing with a warning intensity. He shoves the man back, demanding absolute silence to ensure the success of the procedure. The husband threatens ruin, but the sister steps in, shielding him from the outburst. She pleads with him to save the patient, knowing the Zhao family's influence is immense. He carefully examines the patient, confirming the presence of a lethal, slow-acting toxin. He reveals to his sister that this poison matches the one affecting their father. He explains the grim reality, suggesting a coordinated effort to dismantle the Zhao family. The Zhao patriarch realizes his mistake, pleading for him to provide a cure. His sister defends his reputation, highlighting his mastery of traditional medicine to the group. The family members apologize profusely, finally recognizing the true extent of his hidden talent. He shifts his focus, demanding to see the patient's medication history. To track origins, the family gathers around, realizing that her daily treatment regimen might be the primary source. He spots a suspicious bottle, its contents clearly tampered with by an unknown malicious hand. He inspects the container, noting the irregular quantity of pills left inside the bottle. He confirms the sabotage, declaring that someone has deliberately swapped her life-saving medicine for poison. He holds the evidence high, his eyes cold. As he identifies the lethal threat, the family begs for his help, promising to support him in any way they can. He assures them of a recovery, while they remain in his debt. His sister praises his diagnostic speed, admitting even she is impressed by his sharp intuition. He insists on analyzing the substance, determined to find the link to his father. His sisters arrive with urgent news, warning that their enemy is moving to seize assets. He grows tense, realizing Wan Jinglin is exploiting the family crisis for financial gain. She is caught in the act, attempting to forge documents to steal the family fortune. His eldest sister calls her, directly confronting the traitor before she can finalize her scheme. She is furious, learning that their rivals are still active despite recent setbacks. Meanwhile, the antagonist is caught in a secret meeting discussing a forced marriage arrangement. She demands the plan proceed immediately, showing no regard for the consequences of her actions. He and his sisters are stunned, realizing the antagonist is conspiring with powerful associates. He grows deeply concerned for his second sister, sensing she is trapped in a scheme. His eldest sister snatches the phone, determined to uncover the truth behind the secret call. The antagonist answers with a mocking tone, taunting them about their lack of free time. He demands answers about the plot, but she abruptly ends the call in defiance. His eldest sister is left fuming, her frustration mounting. As the antagonist slips away again, they share a tense silence, the gravity of the situation weighing heavily on the group. His eldest sister suggests a night out, hoping to distract the second sister from stress. He declines, choosing instead to confront the antagonist directly at her private residence tonight. He arrives at the location, suspecting a connection between the antagonist and the second sister. Sitting in his car, he vows to make the antagonist pay for her ongoing schemes. He enters her room unannounced, catching her off guard while she is busy grooming herself. He pauses, his sharp mind analyzing the scene for any signs of a visitor. He taunts her about a secret guest, accusing her of hiding someone in the room. She lashes out with insults, desperately trying to deflect his accusations with aggressive verbal attacks. He scans the window, catching a glimpse of a mysterious man fleeing into the night. The intruder scrambles to escape, disappearing into the darkness before he can catch him. He senses a disturbance, his sharp instincts picking up on a nearby threat. He spots a man attempting to flee the scene, moving quickly through the shadows. He intercepts the runner, delivering a swift kick that sends him crashing down. The antagonist watches in shock, realizing her secret accomplice has been caught by him. He confronts the pair, demanding to know why they are targeting his family. The man stands up, arrogantly claiming he has the right to arrange the engagement. He snaps, grabbing the man by his collar and demanding he repeat himself. The man stammers, explaining his alliance with the rival is meant to secure power. He loses his patience, throwing the man to the ground with overwhelming force. He mocks their predictable schemes, unimpressed by their reliance on simple forced marriage plots. The man lunges back, shouting insults and attempting to regain his lost pride. He strikes him down again, silencing the man with a brutal, decisive blow. He leaves the pair broken, warning the antagonist that her actions have severe consequences. The antagonist glares, with pure hatred, vowing that he will regret his bold interference. He gives them a final ultimatum, demanding the engagement be cancelled within days. He arrives at the nightclub, searching for his sisters amidst the loud, chaotic atmosphere. Inside, he finds a rival harassing his sister, forcing her to drink against her will. He intervenes, smashing a bottle against the rival to stop the unwanted pressure. He stands over the fallen rival, mocking his pathetic state and demanding he sober up. The rival screams in pain, still foolishly threatening him with his family name. He confronts the arrogant troublemaker, his presence commanding the attention of the entire club. His sisters watch as the rival realizes he has finally crossed the wrong person today. The rival panics, desperately attempting to call his brother to save him from this disaster. He takes the phone calmly, initiating a direct call to the rival's influential brother. The brother is horrified to learn of the situation, promising to arrive and intervene immediately. He maintains his icy composure, ready to teach the Zhao family a necessary lesson.